Welcome, Aydan Özoğuz, German Commissioner for Immigration, Refugees and Integration. Do you worry about the anti-Islamist Pegida movement, their demonstrations and the increasing interest in them?
We saw a decrease in their number last week. In fact, we saw a decrease this week.
Was that after Lux Bachmann's resignation?
We don't know if it is connected to this resignation, but marches opposing them have increased, attracting larger crowds than Pegida. Maybe the sight of this affected them. We don't know, but we saw a decrease in their numbers, which is good. People are demonstrating against them in many cities. Increasing numbers of people are saying, we want pluralism, we want these people, we're standing beside our neighbours. They're saying we will not let our society be destroyed, we want to live together in peace. These are encouraging signs.
Why do you think this anti-Islamist Pegida movement became popular in Germany? Are they only worried about Islam or about the economy too?
It's a combination of things, and maybe this is the biggest problem. On one side, we see the group's organisation. They might even be Nazis, they are so far to the right. But many other people join them saying, yes, I'm afraid of the things I saw in France. A woman wearing a headscarf frightens me, or I don't like them. All of these exist, and on internet forums people are saying, my salary is not enough, or I am unemployed and my benefits are not enough. And maybe there's a third factor. East Germany is still not fully integrated with West Germany. So we can't talk about the whole of Germany because there are differences within the country. Of course, not everyone in East Germany is xenophobic, but many people don't think that democracy has given them much. And we see that in Dresden, for example. More than 20,000 people demonstrated in support of Pegida. But this is, in a way, good news, because they couldn't do it anywhere else in Germany, and those demonstrators came from all over Germany, and there were still only 20 to 25,000 of them. But there are no Muslims in Dresden. There isn't any Islamic population there.
More than 4 million Muslims are living in Germany, and considering that many of the immigrants who arrived during the 1960s are now employers themselves, these people really have contributed to German prosperity. So what has the German government been doing to counter this movement? And Pegida in particular?
The German government is following the events very closely. The most important thing for us and for the whole of society, I think, is that everybody should be able to express their ideas on the street. For sure, the radicals are different, but everybody has the right to say, yes, I'm afraid of this. They can even say, I don't like Muslims. But that doesn't mean they can cause fear or pursue Muslims or harm them. So we are following this issue. We have to separate mainstream society from people who say they're afraid. We have to separate society from far-right populist organizations. And we can only achieve this by coming together and talking.
In Europe, the growth of the Salafi movement within Islam is of concern. Some 7,000 Salafis live in Germany, and young people especially can be brainwashed via social media. What kind of measures is the German government taking on this issue?
These people really attract them.
Young people go to their meetings and meet them face to face.
Or they approach young people. The worst thing is they promise these young people a better life. They say if you can't integrate into this society, and we mostly come across this situation in Germany, in other countries, for example, lecturers go there to speak in public, but it is not like that in Germany. These radicals focus mainly on young people who are not succeeding at school, who cannot find a place in society. That means two things. Here we have to intensify our integration policy. We have to focus more on helping everyone succeed at school. We must give these young people direction, and we are doing this. In recent years, it's been very successful. But some think everybody should listen to me. I want to join a big, strong organization. Listening to some young people who've returned, for example, they say they wanted to feel strong just once in their lives. That means there are young people who don't feel strong enough on their own. I think we have to be more in touch with them and with their parents too.
Yes, with their parents and schools. So we're talking about 500 young people, 200 to 300 who've returned. Obviously, these are just estimates.
Some of them died there.
Yes, these are estimates. Most are German citizens. What kind of measures have you taken after they returned?
Obviously, we've interviewed all of them and checked up on what they're doing, who they're meeting and what kind of mentality they have.
But their passports haven't been confiscated, right?
We are taking passports away now, so that in the future they will not be able to leave Europe, at least not legally. This is a signal to them. The ones who are determined can find ways to leave, but returning will not be that easy. We have to show that people's culture is important, their religion is important, but if they kill other people, they are not part of this society. This society has to stand up and say, we don't want these kind of people. What right have you to kill other people? Is this the way to be a good Muslim? We have to say this more clearly, perhaps a little more aggressively.
Evet, ben o zaman iyi bir Müslüman mı olacağım diye. Yani bunu kimse sana söyleyemesin. Bunu biraz daha direkt olarak ve belki biraz daha agresif olarak söylememiz gerekir.
Çok teşekkür ederim Aydan Hanım. Bu yoğunluğunuzda bizi kırmadığınız için çok teşekkür ederim. Size kolay gelsin.
Çok sağ olun.